1965. That's 867-1965.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most couples get ring tattoos after the wedding ceremony, not for the engagement, which is smart considering 25% of all engaged couples, they never make it to the altar. Taking breaks help boost our mood and makes us more creative and productive. When a woman feels threatened, she tends to touch the front of her neck or play with her necklace because it's an area that's physically vulnerable. For men, their tell is fidgeting with their tie.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
WWWCA, WOCA.
Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. We are The Source, WOCA.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Damage control, damage control, damage control.
All right, it's time to control your damage. Joe Reichel is here to help you do that. And if you have a question, you got to call today because this is Joe's Swan song.
That's my swan song.
Because the boys, you said, don't want to do the show.
Don't want to do the show.
The boys. How you doing, Joe?
I'm really good today.
Are you excited about you got a new thing going on in your life?
I'm very excited about my next adventures in life.
The Chamber and Economic Partnership.
Yep, I'm going to be working for the CEP. My job will be to help businesses see the value of their partnering with the CEP.
All right. I have a question for you about that.
Okay. I'll try to answer. I haven't started yet, so I might not know.
I have an announcement that we've been making for the ribbon cutting at On Top of the World this Friday.
Yes.
It doesn't say where it is.
I do have a map for that.
Okay.
But if you just get to the gate at On Top of the World, they'll be able to, the main entrance, they'll be able to direct you to where the ribbon cutting is.
What are they celebrating? You're not working there yet, I know.
I could look that up.
You'll learn.
I got an email on it. I'm not sure. It's one of the developments. I believe it's a new part of the development.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Not real sure. But, I mean, the ribbon cuttings are really a really fun, great opportunity for people to network and to get to learn what that business is doing and the achievements that they've accomplished. So we celebrate ribbon cuttings for grand openings, anniversaries, new product line, new services, things like that.
Yeah.
It's always a good time.
Or repaired things, like we're back in business. We went to a Burger King on Merritt Camp. Is it Merritt Camp? Or 17th, whatever, over there?
Yep.
And it said closed due to excessive broiling. They had a funny sign out there.
They had a fire issue over there. So
are you working on that?
No, the Serve Pro is doing that one.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if I heard about that fire or not.
That was probably 2 months ago now. I don't know if they're open yet or not. But I don't know if did they open back up yet?
No.
Or is it okay?
No, we went there the other day. And you went to the new Burger 21, not to give a name.
I have not been to Burger 21.
I thought you did. Okay.
No, I haven't been there.
Somebody posted, and I can't remember who posts things.
Yeah, it's always cool seeing these new businesses open up, and I mean our community continues to grow, and there's lots and lots of things to do. And we have somebody was explaining it. It's like a gold mine. We live in a gold mine here in Ocala, Marion County, and there's so much that we don't so many adventures that we don't partake in. And just like last weekend, the Strawberry Festival, I didn't get a chance to go to it this year, but I've been to it the last 2 years. Lots and lots of fun, great experience, and just a great time. And a lot of times people don't even know about it until after it's gone or something. And, and that's the hard thing about keeping up with so much. There's always a lot to do. And
well, it's our job as the media to tell the folks about the events before they happen.
Right.
And then the secondary mission is to show them a sample of what they missed.
Yes.
Which is kind of what we do with the videos.
Your videos are great for that. I always love looking at those.
You can just see, maybe next year I'll go to that one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and the Strawberry Festival is great. And, we've got the... not too far from here, I think it's Brooksville is going to be having the Blueberry Festival, so that'll be cool. I was thinking about going to that. Yeah.
A lot of stuff to do around here.
There is a lot to do, and people say there's nothing to do.
This past Saturday, there were too many. As trying to keep up with everything, we had to kind of say, I'm sorry, we can't do that one.
Right.
Yeah, just too many things.
I love it.
So are you working on any damaged homes right now?
We've got several. One of our jobs that we have going last Friday, homeowners in the villages called us because they had a washing machine issue.
Oh, really?
And caused a little bit of problems. The really unique thing about this, and I've talked about their situation on the air before, because a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, we had they had a disaster there, and we worked extensively with them to get flooring throughout their entire home repaired or replaced, and we put in a vinyl plank, wood-looking vinyl plank, and it's a gorgeous floor. Unfortunately, it's able to withstand water. So this time when the washing machine flooded and water went everywhere, we were able to go there and clean it up pretty easily for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you if you have a watertight floor, so that you don't have to worry about the wood underneath it getting ruined, but you need to get the water up, you can't use a normal vacuum cleaner, right? No. That obviously would be bad.
Well, like a shop vac, a wet, dry
That's
shop vac.
what I wanted to ask you. Okay,
yeah,
so it has to be that kind?
That's something that you're able to suck up water with is what you want to use. And a neat little story about a situation like that. This past Saturday, I got a phone call from a homeowner. It's actually a renter, and they were out of town. Their son staying at the house. Son and he had his guardians or grandparents were staying there with him. He wakes up in the early morning, goes to the bathroom, flushes the commode, goes back to bed, and the water continued to run.
Oh, no.
Here what happened was there was a clog in the drain, clog in the toilet, and there was the chain for the handle stuck.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
If it was just the clog, it wouldn't have mattered, or if it was just the chain,
right,
it wouldn't have mattered because it would have continued to drain.
But both things.
However, the combination of the two of them, water started to pour out of the commode. So when the family woke up, there's water in the about an inch of water in the bathroom, and then it's coming out into the hallway. Is wood floor in the hallway. There is tile in the bathroom, and so they were able to use a shop vac, sucked all that up, and the wood floor got wet. And it wasn't wet for an extended period of time. It was a short period of time. So the recommendation is to set a dehumidifier up in there and get it dried out. Put fans on it, get it dried out as soon as possible, so that it may not. There's a possibility it'll cause damage, and there's a possibility it won't if it gets dried out properly. So the most important part is getting it dried out properly, and that's where if you have a leak, you want to get that water up quickly. So if you have a wet dry vac, a shop vac is what they call them, that's the best way to do that, to suck that water up, get it out of there, get fans on it, dehumidifier or whatever, in order to, or both, in order to get that process started.
Have you ever seen this? Today's International Women's Day. So there was
Happy International Women's Day.
There was an ad on TV for a device, and I wonder if you've ever used this device. I'm guessing you have. But here's the ad.
Is it a women's device?
Well, they use okay.
Just asking.
Well, there's a woman in the ad, and it's an important part of this. Okay. So these two guys, and they're hauling.
Is this a joke?
No. They're hauling plywood. Okay. And they're sweating and they're really working hard. And here comes this really hot looking lady. I mean, good looking lady. And so they, hey, look at that. And you're supposed to think they're looking at her, but the truth is they're looking at the tool she's holding.
Okay.
So she goes up to the plywood and she hooks this thing onto the plywood, and she can carry the plywood almost like a suitcase.
Yep.
You have this?
I don't. I have two hands.
But how does this work? I mean, how do you...
It's the way the leverage, it grabs the plywood and you're able to support the plywood easily. I've seen those.
Just carry it like a suitcase.
Yep.
But that looks like a convenient thing to have.
It would be.
The other thing that would be...
I don't carry a lot of plywood, but if I did, I would just...
okay, well, I thought in your work you did. But what about
I don't.
Windows? I mean, aren't windows dangerous to carry, or mirrors?
Yes.
Because you could break them. Mm-hmm. So is there a trick to that?
Well, they use those suction cups that attach to the windows or the glass, and then it suction, it vacuums itself to the glass, and then you're able to use the handle on those in order to carry. So.
And guess where we are? Up to the break.
Break time.
You got 15 minutes left. Swan song.
I like it.
You're going to say your goodbyes? You think?
I probably will.
Yeah, everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
Sad to see a show end. I hate to see shows end.
I know. I hate it too.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. If you have a question for Joe or you want to say goodbye, he's not going to do the show anymore. This is the last show. 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. There is a high risk of rip currents at the beaches throughout the midweek period. Tuesday will be nice with sunshine and some clouds and a gusty breeze along the coast, the high 77 to 81. Partly cloudy Tuesday night, lows ranging from the mid and upper 50s inland to about the mid 60s along the coast. Wednesday and Thursday, times of clouds and sun and breezy, the high Wednesday 80 to 84, Thursday's high 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Need a mailbox rental but need more information? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. How does $10 a month sound with just a 3-month commitment? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Mention WOCA and the setup fee is waived. Personal Service Center will email or text notifications to you when your packages arrive. Even scan mail so you never actually have to pick it up. Now that's service. Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Located on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, Ocala. Look for the yellow signs.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
WOCA, AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3. FM.
All right, 12 minutes before 11 o'clock. Joe Reichel is here. I'm not so sure what he's saying because I have my headset on, but he is
I didn't say anything important.
Wrapping up your last show, unless we can convince you to do a CEP show.
There's always that possibility.
Then we would just we have a new song.
That would be cool.
CEP.
I'm sure as talented as Dan Martone is, he could come up with something.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sure he could. Yeah, something for that.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna miss waving to everybody.
You can still wave to people. You'll be out there.
She didn't want to wave at me.
But you know, it really fits you to do something like that because you are very personable and you're very much a great ambassador for whatever it is you're ambassadoring.
Ambassadoring. My ambassadorship.
Hold on, you got somebody ready to cry because they're going to miss you. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe Reichel, soon to not have a radio show.
Oh, gee, I had a call just to say how thankful I was for your program throughout the few years that you were on. You were so helpful in many cases.
22 years he's been doing this.
It was fun listening to your program. You know, it's a very entertaining program.
I really appreciate you calling in and sharing that. I will miss doing it. It's been a lot of fun. All the time, people come up to me and go, "Oh, you're Joe from the radio show."
Yeah.
So it's it's kind of neat. I like it.
Yeah.
And
you guys were talking about water before damage. My wife being an insurance agent, you'd be surprised the amount of business she gets from water damage, from pipes that break and wash machines and you name it, And I always think we live out here in Silver Springs. Of course, I'm on a well and septic. If I'm ever going to be gone for more than, say, a half a day or whatever, I just turn my well pump off at the main box here in the garage, and if anything would break, there would be a little water in the house from the tank, the water tank, but after that, that's the end of it, And you think maybe people that live in the city on city water would have their main shutoff put someplace where it can be easy access, like when you leave, you lock your door and you turn to your left or your right, and there's your main water turn off. Just give it a little turn, and you're safe for the period of time you're gone.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. A lot of times people don't do it, and they've even got modern technology out there that if there is excessive water going through your system, you can turn it off, and even remote turn-offs for stuff like that. So that's always things that people can invest in, and in order not to have problems like this. So.
Yeah, like I said before, it's my wife being an insurance person.
Right.
It's an amazing amount of water damages being done everywhere. It's just a constant flow of people, claiming water damage.
Yep, we get them all the time. And as I was saying, just the one with the washing machine. Imagine if people aren't home when this stuff happens, and that's why it's never a good idea to leave your washing machine running while you leave the house, or because you never know.
Well, the same thing with the dryer as far as fire.
Yes.
When back up north where I lived, I had a neighbor that had a big fire in his house through his dryer. They weren't cleaning that lint filter very often, and somehow that caught on fire, and he lost half his house.
Yeah, and that's why it's always advisable to get those cleaned out every so often. I'm not sure that what they recommend as far as time on that, but it is a good idea to clean those out every so often. Get that lint out of there because it is very combustible.
Yeah, well, we have a habit of doing it after each load. I pull the screen up.
The screen,
brush it off,
Yeah, the screen for sure. Clean it after each load, but then that line, you need to clean that out too. So.
Even the pipe that runs from the dryer to where it goes outside.
Yes.
I replace those maybe every other year. Because they get dirty regardless.
Yep. They definitely build up. Can build up, and even if it's wherever it comes outside, a lot of times if it gets wet or whatever, that will create a clog there, and then that once you're running a dryer, a load, it will build up and clog that. So it's always good to make sure that they're cleaned out.
Okay, Joe. Well, thank you very much for all the shows in the past, and good luck in your future.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate your phone calls and the well wishes for the future. And you've always got my number. I'll still have that number in case you need or have questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. We need a new refrigerator magnet for the new thing.
The some CEP refrigerator magnets.
Yeah.
Well, I want people. I mean, damage control is still going to be in existence.
Sure.
I'm still a partner of the company, and my brother-in-laws are going to continue doing disasters and also construction. Those are the boys, my brother-in-laws. So the other two guys on the magnet.
Well, you started the show. That was like 1964, I think.
Long time ago.
Yeah, they used to come in with you.
Yep. Mike's been in here before, but Rob and I used to do the show together.
That's right.
And I enjoyed doing it with him because you could always bounce things back and forth. There's different times where it's just like talking. You don't know what to say, so you gotta. So it's nice to have somebody else there. You can kind of.
I'm here.
That's why you're there.
My job is to make sure
to tell jokes.
It might not have anything to do with what you're talking about, but I will bring something up. So, well,
I don't believe that, Larry. Really.
So you'll be out. You'll be coming in to do the CEP though.
We'll have to figure out how that would work.
CEP.
I think that would be awesome.
What is going? Do you know what's going to be built in the old chamber spot where the old chamber used to be? With like now they hold the farmers market there, and they're going to move the farmers market over by the electric.
Right. I'm not sure. I don't really know exactly.
What's going?
No.
Is it a hotel?
Well, they were putting a parking garage in there somewhere, right?
That's what. In fact, Hugh I think called in to say that's the parking garage is going where the ice skating rink was.
Right.
Which I guess they'll put that somewhere else now.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a plastic skating rink, though.
It was.
Did you do it? Did you try to skate on plastic?
No.
No.
I walked on it the other day. Like when they had it, I stopped in there and checked it out. Looked like fun.
Of all the shows that you've done here, do you remember any questions that you'll never forget? Did you ever have any of the weirdest questions or the weirdest radio moments?
Well, I'd have to say yours are probably typically the weirdest.
Really?
And those I try to forget.
Okay. And and have you forgotten them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, good. Because I did too.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I forgot.
As soon as I leave. The thing about doing this show, I've really enjoyed being able to talk about the different disasters we have and hopefully help homeowners to look at things a little bit differently, to be prepared for them if they do happen, and to know what to do if it does. Most importantly, though, with this show and what our business model, what we try to do is help homeowners so that they don't need to call us. We're the people that we don't want you to have to call unless you're doing an addition or a remodel or building a new home. But we don't want to have to come to your house for a disaster, because if you have a disaster, it's not a good thing. And so, we've always tried to help people to be prepared for that and to prevent it first and foremost.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I remember very clearly, there was a tree that had demolished a home, and it was a subject for quite a few weeks.
Right.
Because those folks, whatever, I don't know if it was insurance reasons, and I don't know what was the reason, but obviously the longer you wait, the more likely you're going to have to not fix it, but start over again, right?
Exactly. And that was, I think they ended up totaling that home, I believe.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Did they bulldoze it?
Yep, I believe so. I've really enjoyed the shows where I had guests come in and just being able to bring a different viewpoint to the show. I've enjoyed that. Enjoyed having my mom and dad here the one time.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was a fun show because Sean Scott with Mike Scott Plumbing.
Right.
Rob Colin were here with Robert Colin was on Top of the World, so he'll be there at the ribbon cutting.
Sean Scott, by the way, that one show you did with him where he was wearing the orange shirt,
right?
I think it's your most popular show.
It probably is
of all of them. Although if you look at Joe's show today, you will see the purple-haired dog outside.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
I don't think we've ever had a purple-haired dog, purple-haired service dog going into the mall.
So we have a goodbye song for you. Oh no, it's so sad.
That is sad. I will still have this phone number. The email, I'll still have that. So if you do have a disaster or want something built or any questions construction-wise, I can still help you. So 352-817-6574, or you can email me, joe@damageflorida.com. I like that. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, listeners, my loyal fans, friends, family.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Republicans voting today in Hawaii, Mississippi, Idaho, and the biggest prize of all, Michigan, where Donald Trump's in the lead, battling for second place. Ted Cruz and John Kasich, who tells Fox and Friends.
You add up all the time the people who yell and scream get on television, compared to the amount of time the people who have a positive solution get, it's a joke.
Marco Rubio turning his attention to his home state, Florida, which holds its primary a week from today. Democrats heading to the polls in Michigan and Mississippi today. Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, which vanished 2 years ago, is remembered.
Malaysian lawmakers standing in silence, recalling the 239 people who disappeared.
Our thoughts and prayers are always with the next of kin.
Transport Minister Liew Tong Lai, Malaysia's Prime Minister, says he is hopeful the plane will be found.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin. Fox News. We report. You decide.
Any Jane Doe can tell you that Geico could help you save. But since money talks, we just ask the savings instead.